Hey, and welcome to the Bristol Music Show.
Yeah, it's been a really busy week in Bristol this week. Lady Nade, our last week's session guest, has got an album and single launch at Cafe Kino this evening.
Yeah, and also Dirkle Disco have released their first ever mixtape, which has over 40 artists featured on it from Bristol and beyond. And we've been playing it on the radio show as well. It's really good, isn't it?
It is.
And it's the Regional Youth Music Awards this evening. The Rhymers.
The Rhymers, yeah.
And you're going down?
I'm going after this right now. I'm going to scoot down. I've got my dress ready and
waiting.
waiting.
You're going to dress up.
Dress up a bit more, yeah. I've got something else to change into.
Well, Suzi borrowed a dress off me, but obviously
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, thanks, Thad.
But one show at a time. Hey, here's what's coming up on this week's show.
Thadeous speaks with one of Bristol's most recognisable faces in the local grime scene as Blazey stops by to talk Body Nod, the forthcoming Dirkle Disco compilation and more. After asking you about your favourite open mic night last week, we were amazed by how many exist in the city. So who attends them and what do they get from them? Well, the team head out on an open mic crawl of Bristol to find out more. Plus, we've got an exclusive preview of the brand new video from High Climbers for their track All Golden, and we've been talking about the role of money in the music industry this week. We ask you, do you stream or do you buy? But first, Ruth Royall has been making music in the city since she was a teenager. We've seen her style evolve from folk to a more soul and R&B style. Now she performs a brand new live track for the Bristol Music Show at a place she holds close to her heart. The Folk House.
I've been taking my time. I know that it's been overdue. It's all that I've been trying to do, and I've been hoping you'll find another reason to be by my side. I can't pretend I'm not afraid, and I've been letting it lie. I refuse not to try, and I won't waste a minute by your side. I'm gonna hold on and let this ride. Won't let another day go by. I'm gonna hold on and let this ride. I've been stuck in my mind, hoping I can find another way to stop this game I'm trying to play. And I hope that you know a little sympathy is all that I need now. I hope that you'll try, I hope you'll try. I won't waste a minute by your side. I'm gonna hold on and let this ride. Won't let another day go by. I'm gonna hold on and let this ride. Ooh, oh. Do you know what it means to be out of my mind? Do you know how it feels to fall for the same guy each and every time? Do you know what it means to be out of my mind? Do you know how it feels to fall for the same guy each and every time? I won't waste a minute by your side. I'm gonna hold on and let this ride. Won't let another day go
So thanks there to Ruth Royall, whose session was filmed at their folk house. She's got a really great voice, isn't she?
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Ooh, we were in unison there. You can hear some more of Ruth Royall later on in the show.
So last week we were talking about open mic nights on the show. Just joshing around with a couple of questions here and there, but then it started to get a bit serious, thinking there's so many in the city. How do they keep going? How are they still busy? Are people benefiting from them? What's the situation? So these guys in Yelena decided to go on their own open mic crawl to find out.
I like playing open mic nights, also like hearing loads of people I wouldn't usually hear from. Open mic nights are great. You can literally have someone stand up, sing Ave Maria a cappella, or hear someone, do a conga solo. Whatever goes, really, open mic nights. That's why I like it.
I came out of the Navy in 1962 and went straight into performing. It was a need, and I've been doing it ever since then. My father was a conjurer and ventriloquist. I guess I get it from, I get the need from him, but we just do it in different ways.
The Tossedown is shall I say a smorgasbord of great performers.
How have you stuck around with it for so long? What do you like about open mic?
Well, I just love Bristol as a place. The music's fantastic, and the people that are in the scene is like a really big family, and everyone's really encouraging and supportive, and it's just nice to get involved with that, I think because there's such a variety with open mics, people go along for that variety. They never know what's going to happen, and it's a great way to discover new music, I think.
What are you doing here tonight? You're at the open mic. Did you come just to watch or to perform?
I came here a bit of both, actually. I didn't originally go in the intention of performing, but ended up getting up and doing a couple of songs anyway.
What brings you to open mics normally then? Do you normally come as a performer or as somebody just to come and watch?
Generally, in the past, I've always been someone who's gone to open mic nights to perform and to play, because it's a good way for new musicians and local musicians to try and get themselves out there. Especially if they try to form bands or get connections. It's always a very, very good thing to do. But nowadays, I kind of just turn up, just have a wee look around and see what's going on.
What do you think makes a good open mic night?
I think variety is good, and I think experimentation is good as well. So there's a good chance at an open mic night for bands to try out new things, the things they might not necessarily do in a live show, that they can then test out, play around with, and then perhaps use later on. So it's a good chance to see some interesting stuff.
It's a mixed bag, really, because loads of people who, if you like a really busy open mic like this, you've got loads of musicians in the crowd who are here to play if they can get a slot. If it's that busy, if you've got to fight for a slot, loads of other people come down just to listen to it, and that's the cool thing.
Have you ever had any difficult times where people have been a bit rubbish and you've kind of not known what to do?
Well, that's a good question. It does happen occasionally, because it's open mic, anyone can perform. But you kind of, sometimes you have to grin and bear it. Sometimes you have to take the bull by the horns and say, I'm sorry, but that's not right. You have to stop that. Come back next week, try again.
Why do you host open mic nights?
It was what I was kind of a bit scared of doing it, because I'm a very, very shy person. And for me to actually get up and be the one who kind of introduces everyone was like a big step for me.
I've had some wonderful compliments in my time. I had one from a drunk in Swindon who said to me, "You're too happy to sing the blues." It doesn't get any better than that. I do it for love. Oh. It's my thing, but it's not only my thing. It's the thing of a lot of other people as well.
Well, that was one of the many open mic nights that are going on in Bristol. Probably tonight there's loads going on. Yeah,
Too
so
many.
we managed to get along to a few. Are there too many?
Well, let's put it this way, if we went to every one, we'd probably still be filming now.
Yeah, we would be. It was fun though, but let us know your thoughts. Do you go along to open mic nights? Why do you go along to them? Get in touch with us on Twitter and on Facebook.
Let us know. Now, coming up after the break, Thad talks to DJ and producer Blazey, and we're asking you whether you stream or whether you buy music.
Music.
So we got a music video coming up from High Climbers. Those guys are releasing a second EP. It's called First Point. It was recorded down at Cellar Tapes in the centre of town. So we're checking that one out. It's going to be released near the end of the year.
Yeah, it's the first music video from their EP, filmed by YouTube blogger Ria Blue, and they filmed it on a beautiful morning just at the break of dawn in Filton somewhere. So this is High Climbers. Don't forget your gig guide is coming along with it. We'll see you after the break.
Your eyes away from me and I take my eyes away from you and then all golden. All golden. But it's all wrong, I know. It's all wrong, I know. It's all wrong, I know.
Welcome back to the Bristol Music Show. Still to come, we've got our second session from Ruth Royall, and we're also talking streaming versus buying. What do you do, Thad?
Kind of both, a mixed match of both. Majority of my phone is going to be streamed off like SoundCloud and stuff like that, but then I got to buy it to play it. So.
Yeah. It's tough. I like to buy music to give back to the musicians.
But it's easy to stream it.
It's easy to stream. Anyway,
we'll talk about it later.
Talk about this later. But now I think it's time for beats,
breaks,
and bass with Thad.
This week I interviewed Blazey.
Okay, cool. I'm Blazey Body Nod, and I represent Grime in Bristol. I'm a DJ, been doing this thing since 2000, and yeah, I put on raves as well. Bruv, I was a garage DJ, innit? And then I kind of like was playing, garage. At the time it was going grimy, innit? So like So Solid, and Heartless and Pay As You Go. And I was doing these raves in Bristol, and I was bringing down all these artists. And then obviously all of a sudden it turned into grime. Around 2004, then that's when I hooked up with Pinch. And he was obviously like pushing dubstep, or it was known as like forward music back then. And I was still like playing grime, and it just made sense to like say, yo, you know what, we need to link up and do this thing. So then we done Subloaded, and then from there it was kind of like dubstep blew. But at the same time, whilst dubstep blew, I was still kind of playing grime. And March 2014, we basically bought Body Nod back. And then we done like Pay As You Go, Cartel. We bought like Rossi B and Luca, Be Live. We just built momentum, and that momentum kind of like peaked at like Tropical last year. And like, cause that was like the first like sellout like garage, like not garage, grime rave that there ever was in Bristol, from what I can remember. And from then, it's just gone crazy.
With Eskimo Dance though, I wanted to reach and touch on that. Make sure I had done.
Are we recording, bruv?
Yeah.
Oh no, are you serious?
Yeah. So seeing that blossoming, you obviously hosted the the mix, which is out now, the continuous mix, which is out now.
Yeah.
We take your grin on it. So like, what are your thoughts with that project there, as you see it again, as someone that has the education, has the knowledge, and sees what's going on?
Like Coast, Coast is obviously like he's older, not as old as me, but you know, he's a wise guy. Like everybody kind of sees him as this like this like Obi-Wan Kenobi of Bristol, grime hosting, garage hosting, MCing, and he's got this project together, which is amazing. Like the work that he actually put into it is crazy, because to get all of those MCs in the studio and record them tunes, and to, you know, kind of coordinate that must have been crazy.
So don't forget, you can catch that at Dirkle Disco Definitions Volume 1, releasing on the 10th of December. But you can stream it with Blazey hosting it right now on SoundCloud. Right about now.
Talking about streaming and buying stuff, you've led us nicely onto our next link.
Poetry.
Actually.
Just like we planned it.
I know, right? We've been talking about this a lot. I guess it's something that comes up quite often on the show. Do you buy music or do you stream music? And in the current climate, I guess it's quite hard for artists to make money because of streaming websites, really. And people like Taylor Swift have been getting quite angry at companies like Spotify and trying to make sure that artists are actually getting their money. So we wanted to ask you, do you stream or do you buy?
Stream.
Stream.
I'd stream music.
I stream.
Really, it depends what sort of genre, actually, which is a bit weird. So for like dance and drum and bass, I'll stream because there's like more going. But for rock albums, I'll actually like get the album because I don't know why. Always have.
It's just easier and cheaper. So
Find it easier, more convenient. Can get all my different types of music easily rather than buying like one CD.
It's a bit quicker than having to go in, find a CD and that, and then it's just easier to find it online, work with that way.
You can go on iTunes, you can get a song for £1, or you can just get it all on YouTube for free or on Spotify. So just stream instead.
If I like the album, I'll buy it, but I'll stream it first just to see what's on the kind of the track list. That's kind of my thing. Normally use Google Play.
2 or 3 years ago?
It was about a year ago. It was the last Unit 6 album, actually. I would use Spotify mainly for streaming my music, so I haven't really kind of bought many albums recently, so it'll be maybe a few years now, I'd say.
I'd say Slipknot's album, probably like September, The Grey Chapter. I streamed it on Google Play first, and I thought, you know, I'm going to buy it off Google Play.
And we'll be continuing the conversation about streaming versus buying online, so make sure you check us out on social media and tell us what you think. Now, we're quite excited because tomorrow we've got our round 2 of our fundraising gigs. It's with Jack Cookson and Little Dusty this week, and basically we take over someone's living room, and that person is the amazing George Lads.
He's very amazing.
Yeah, so thanks, George. Big thanks, because we go in and we take over his living room and set it all up, and it's good fun. So big thanks to George. He was actually in on the show on Monday with the Bristol Music Show, and he's a financial advisor and he blogs about music and he loves it, and it was a really great conversation. So if you didn't check it out, shame on you, but you can redeem yourself because you can go online, bcfmradio.com/Bristol Music, and listen again.
So coming up on Monday's show on BCFM, we got a guest mix from Axel Boy. He's just released the EP, and Harriet's a fan of it.
I am a fan of that EP. I like it. And on the TV show next week, we've got a psychedelic session from Jupiter's Carnival. Also, audiophiles are going to be meeting LA-based artist Colleen Green. But we're going to leave you with our final session from Ruth Royall, performed at the Folk House. Don't forget, you can catch her performing live new material as well, brand new material, at the Old Malt House on Friday, the 4th of December, so a week today. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm not trying to find you anymore. I just can't keep you safe from it all. I will be forever in your arms, but I can't sit and watch you drown. I'm not saying I don't hurts me more than anything that's happened in my life. All I feel is so much love for you. I wish that that your heartbeat is a song to live for. I feel such a long way from you. It's strange to think that you're the closest thing I ever knew. Maybe it's just time you're looking for, but I can't help but wonder if we'll ever get home. I hope you found what you really want, and I hope it makes you happy after all. I promise I won't try to let you know that your heartbeat is a song to live for. Don't watch me cry, don't watch me go. Just try to be there as I fall. Don't watch me cry, don't watch me go. Just try to be